When I think of the French Revolution, I think of one burning question. What were the guillotine operators' locker rooms like? Were they trying to get the best heads in the basket so they could have bragging rights over all the other executioners? Well, today on Joker Reviews, I have the perfect game to answer that burning question because today we're going to be reviewing Guillotine. The theming for Guillotine is really simple. You're playing a rival executioner and you're looking for bragging rights in the guillotine operator's locker room for killing the most influential and fancy people that you possibly can. Nobody really cares if you kill, like, this guy, but, if you kill Marie Antoinette, that's, you're carrying those bragging rights with you. Setup for the game is really easy. You have your little guillotine standee that you place out. You deal out 5 action cards to each player. Set up your nobles deck and your action card deck, and then you're going to line up 12 nobles in front of the guillotine. Normally it would just go out in a long row, but you guys wouldn't be able to see that, so it goes here and then continues down here. Each turn consists of 3 phases. The first phase is to play any action cards you might have in your hand. So these will allow you to gain extra points for different color pieces, like just gain static points, allow you to move nobles up and down in the order here, or just remove them entirely. There's a lot of different effects that you can play on either yourself or the other players. Then the next phase is to take the first noble from the front of the row. So that's going to be the head that you're chopping off. That gets placed down here. It always remains face up. And you'll have to follow the little directions on each of the nobles. Some of them have little special moves. Some of them make you take an extra one. Some of them, like this guy, makes the day end after you collect him. There's some negative ones as well, so you got to look out for those. You don't want the negative ones. And then the third step is to draw another action card. While playing an action card is optional, you always do have to draw an action card, regardless of whether you played one or you didn't play one. Once all of the nobles in a specific row are collected, that means the day is over, and you would deal out 12 new nobles. The game continues until you've gone through 3 days, and then you kind of add up all the points here. On the bottom, follow any conditions or special action cards that might make your points go up or down, and you determine who is the best executioner.
Surprise! I know I totally wasn't the person you're expecting. I stole Jeremy's review of Guillotine because I'm evil, but that's fine. So instead of him doing his final thoughts now that you know how to play this game, I'm going to give you my final thoughts because I think they're more important because I'm obnoxious like that sometimes. So I do really like this game. I think this is kind of sad, but my favorite thing about the game is the tagline, where it's a game where you win by getting ahead. Get it? Get it? Love it. It's really great advertising. A little dark, but it's great advertising. I really like the theme of this game. I don't really know of any other games off the top of my head that are set in the French Revolution, and I think this creates a family-friendly, there's like no blood or gore, but like a very easy family-friendly game, a game that you could easily teach other people, set in this time period, and I do like that. I think there is some luck involved, obviously, but I do appreciate the different action cards that allow you to use some strategy because they affect the line and how you play this game. I like the art. It's kind of cartoony and fun, and it very much fits with this. The card quality is great. I also like that they're rounded cards. Things I don't like, I really don't get why they give that little guillotine cutout. I don't think I've ever really used it. Although this game doesn't take up a ton of space, if you have a smaller table, you can't always lay it out in the row, the 12 cards in that guillotine row. So that's a little problematic. Not really particularly problematic because you could just make 2 lines of 6 and say, well, this is the start and this is the end, and you're good to go. I also think this game tends to last about as long as I want to play it. Usually, unless you're having one of those rounds where Robespierre comes up and ends the day, 10-20 minute game max, and that's great. It's a great filler game because it's so easy to teach and easy to learn. You can just get right into it with your family and your friends. Anyone can play this. This isn't an in-depth game which won't appeal to a large player base. The box is very shelf friendly. It's not a very large box, but I would say that it is kind of hard to get the cards back in there specifically because of that extra guillotine piece. And then trying to get the instructions on top, little problematic. Probably would have appreciated a box that's more of an exploding kittens type design or a unstable unicorns, something of that nature where there's an insert and you just kind of pop them in there. That would have been a little better. I do appreciate that this game is also very budget friendly. It averages about $10, $12, so it's really easy to add to your collection. Overall, I would give this game about a 7 just because it is a very strong game. It's very family friendly. It's very easy, but I wish there wasn't quite so much luck involved. I mean, there is definitely strategy, but even with your strategies, there's luck involved. It's like, well, I have a card that moves this person back one, but there's also a martyr there, so I guess I'm stuck with a martyr. Yay! And that's really all I have to say about this game. It's a great game if you want your own copy. Check out the link down below in the description. It comes at no extra cost to you, and it really helps out the channel. If you like what you saw here today, please give me a thumbs up. Just check that like button. We want to make sure it's working. It should light up blue. Very nice color. One of my favorites, personally. Let me know what you think of this game down below or what your favorite card game is. I always like to read your comments. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know what's up, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, everybody.